There is a new restaurant in the heart of Phoenix owned by a Marine turned chef. His grandfather was the first to ignite his love of cooking while camping. So Jamie is at Oak on Camelback in Jamie's local love.
Hey guys, we are at Oak on Camelback. We are in Central and Camelback. And you know, this business really is all about this beautiful, beautiful oven. I want to introduce you to Chef Robert Bogart. He's pulling some things out of this oven. Man, if I look inside here, I think of my fireplace. Chef, what is going on? Explain to me what's happening here with this oven.
We're just cooking some of our favorite dishes here, so.
No big deal, right? But how are you doing it? Because this masterpiece was really kind of what attracted you to this location.
It's unique and it's designed specifically for this building based on some architecture from Italy. So,
what is it called?
it's a wood burning oven. So, yes,
Okay,
yes.
that's simple. But it looks so astounding when you see cooking happening right there next to those burning logs, and those logs of course are oak. So I want to tell your story about how you learned to love to cook, because it really goes back to Grandpa and sitting around the fire pit.
My grandfather was big on cooking outside, and so we would cook with wood burning fireplace. He'd do Dutch ovens. He'd pretty much convert any recipe you could do in your house into doing it over a wood fire. So it was fun growing up with him.
This is a long time thing that's part of your childhood and now part of your present. Tell me about, you were in the Marines. How long?
I was in the Marines for 4 years. I was stationed in Kaneohe Bay, Hawaii, and Okinawa as well. So.
Thank you. They say once a Marine, always a Marine. Yeah. Thank you for your service. And now here you are in your own place because you bought this restaurant right before the pandemic.
I bought it exactly 2 years ago, yes, this month.
Oh my goodness. So what was that journey like?
Well, it's been interesting. I mean, the journey to get the restaurant has been, a lifelong dream. And then definitely the challenges that have come up, with the pandemic have been, pretty intense, but overcome them and, just moving on. And, I couldn't have, I've learned a lot, and it's been really, really, it's been a great experience, honestly.
Well, we are ready to dine, and I want to see what you have created here. Let's start right here. What is this?
Well, I just pulled it out, so it's our, we actually put a little mustard on there, but it's our Brussels and bacon pizza.
It smells so good.
Thank you.
What's next?
And then we have our chili verde. Again, we need to kind of dress it up a little bit, but we pulled it right out of the oven. And then that's our cassoulet, and also needs a little breadcrumb and herbs on top as well. So.
They all look perfect to me, but of course you want to garnish them. They look fabulous. Yeah. And then I love the iron skillet that you have here. Okay, there was someone who was instrumental in his career, kind of a legend, an icon in the cooking world. Who is that person?
I had the opportunity to meet Julia Childs.
So when I see you in the next hour, we're going to find out what Julia Childs said to Chef. That's coming up when I see you at 9.
Meeting with a culinary legend and a forbidden dish that Jamie says is delish.
It is time for Jamie to take us to Oak on Camelback in Jamie's local love.
So if you had an opportunity to ask your hero, your icon something, what would you ask them? And Chef Bogart had that opportunity with Julia Child. What did you ask her?
I was new to the industry, so I just asked her for some advice. And she told me in her voice, and iconic voice, keep cooking. And I have.
And you have ever since. Yes. Enough so that you went in and bought this restaurant. This was St. Francis.
It was, yes.
Oh, why Scottsdale? You're from Texas originally. Why Scottsdale and why St. Francis?
So
what was
I went to culinary school in Scottsdale, and the program, appealed to me, and then I fell in love with the city. So, yeah, and the weather.
I understand that. Yes. I love everything about where we live. Yes, me too. I also like eating well, which you probably have heard too. So talk me around this table, because the wood-fired oven is very important to you, and we saw you take some of the pizzas out of there. Tell me about this pizza.
So, this is just a Brussels and bacon pizza. Yeah. It comes out of the wood-fired oven, and great flavors, a little mustard maple on there.
This guy's almost smiling at me. Man, that fried chicken looks so good. What do you got going on?
This is the forbidden fried chicken.
Why is it forbidden?
For 2 reasons.
Yes.
First off, it's fried chicken and a spicy green curry with maple syrup. So that's forbidden, and it's also served on forbidden rice.
Ah, okay, I get it now. Right next door, you have what?
Our squid ink pasta with chorizo and shrimp, and it's delicious. And we have oak-fired tomatoes in there, roasted tomatoes that we put in the oven as well.
Oak fired, and of course that goes back to the oven and back to oak on Camelback.
Correct.
Those ribs, I've been staring at them all morning.
Those are our crispy hoisin barbecue ribs. We have cashews and a little bit of cilantro, scallion. They're delicious, they're yummy, and people love them. So
Let's back up to this one right here.
these are two of our wood-fired items that come right out of the oven. That's our cassoulet, and that has duck and sausage and white beans and a very rich sauce that we use, Pinot Noir, and cook it really, really slowly. The duck is confit in-house, and then we have our chili verde, which is actually brought over from St. Francis with a couple tweaks. We use hatch chilies, and it's a great dish. So
It looks so good. And I love seeing those skillets because that goes back to how your love of cooking started.
Yes.
With the grandpas sitting by the campfire. What would you cook back then?
my grandfather would love to be able to cook anything you could cook at home, and my fondest memories was cooking buttermilk biscuits with him in a Dutch oven outside.
Oh my gosh. Okay, and now you have this,
Yes.
and now you have the restaurant. How good does it feel? I know it's been a challenge through the pandemic, but to see all the people coming in, how good does that feel?
Seeing the happy guests has really been really what's gotten us through it. So yeah, and they've been so supportive.
Wonderful. Well, you're in a great neighborhood. Look, even the babies love you. All right, so I heard the word forbidden, which means, of course, I got to go for it. So I'm going to take a quick bite. We've got the forbidden fried chicken with the forbidden rice. Oh, and this sauce looks so good. Spicy? Here's a quick warning for the forbidden. Back to you guys.